Okay, so welcome to Cloud Technology and Information Assurance Point of View. My name is Hao-Min Chen,
My name is Ran Lee.
and without further ado, let's get started. So, as an overview for this presentation, we will be talking about what is cloud computing in general, and after that, we'll be talking about the problems about cloud computing and the issues that we decided to focus on. Then we'll jump to some case studies that we chose to focus on, followed by analysis of those case studies and possible solutions to the problems on a personal and business level. Lastly, we'll be drawing a conclusion about what information assurance can do for cloud computing. So, first of all, what is cloud computing? It refers to a general term for offering a series of services over the internet. It is a technology that is widely used by companies in many fields, in fact, and it can function as a compute resource such as a virtual machine, storage, or an application. The beauty of this is that all of these can be done without maintaining a physical computing infrastructure. The reason why a lot of companies chose to use cloud services is due to its potential to save money on investments for computer resources and flexible computing needs according to the company's demands. As for the problem of today's topic, nowadays, one of the biggest issue and concern about cloud computing is no doubt the privacy protection and to prevent leak of one's data. And by using a cloud service also means that you will have to rely on your cloud service provider to secure your data. In the case of cloud service provider, the user will have to place their trust on the hands of the company which runs the service. In other words, that reason alone could be an unstable factor of information assurance depending on how the company maintains its services. So, for the issue about cloud computing, what we chose to focus on for this project is on the security aspect of personal cloud services. In this case, we chose to focus on two study cases. First one being the iCloud photo scandal, and the other one being the Dropbox account information leak. Both of these cases have to do with being hacked into the services and steal or leak important privacy data. So now let's talk a little bit more about what these two study cases are. Uh, the iCloud photo scandal happened back in 2014. Basically, it was a hacker's invention of dozens of celebrity iCloud accounts. The leak includes a lot of celebrities' new photos, and most of the victims of this hack are female celebrities, who includes famous actors such as Jennifer Lawrence, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Kate Upton. There are many more other famous celebrities' photos being leaked. Some of them responded that these were indeed their photos, while others replied that the photos were fake. Nevertheless, the hack and leak was real, and there's no denying that there was a security loophole in the cloud service. So, uh, how did the hacking happen? At the time when the incident happened, Apple's iCloud service did not have the function to block strangers out after several unsuccessful attempts of logging into the services, which allows the hacker to perform a brute force attack to hack into accounts. And that's basically what happened in this specific particular scandal. As for the Dropbox account information leak, the date which the data breach was actually performed was back in 2012, but it's only recently this year, early this year, that more than 68 million users' accounts has reportedly been leaked, and the leak contains email addresses and hashed passwords. And it has been put out to the web for free. It is previously said the company did not know how many users were actually affected by the 2012 hack until this leak happened, and the company has took action since then took action to tell its users who joined Dropbox before 2012 to update their passwords. Although half of the 60 million accounts passwords were secured by using an algorithm, the other half are not and are potentially easier to access through brute force. And after a brief look of the two cases, um, well, we can come up with the analysis of these two case studies is that as technology advances and started to blend into our lives, more and more devices that we use to get connected become hackable. And when we examine these two cases, we notice that sometimes even major corporations can make mistakes on failing to protect their customers. In this case, it is likely that the hack was able to succeed was due to the design flaw of the system in terms of information protection. It is also important for both the company which designed the products and the users of those products to take immediate action after the incident happened. In the case of the Dropbox incident, the company actually informed its customers the mandatory password reset prior to the release of the news about confirming the leak, which is a good practice on the company's side to put their customer as first priority. Although it is the company's job to protect their service and ultimately their customers, but sometimes it will require the users to cooperate with the company to complete the whole process of protecting their data. As shown in these two study cases, it is not just about the company who owns the service that will be needed. The user's input will also be required to further protect their data and assets.
Okay, after talking about the background, problems, and the analysis, let's give some solutions for people who are interested in protecting their information while using cloud services. The first step is to evaluate your own risk of information assurance. By saying that, I mean to do an analysis for the tools you use, the environment where you often use cloud services. For example, do you use a mobile phone or computer with some malwares in it without your attention? Or do you ever let someone other than professional technicians from the brand of your device to fix or upgrade your device? Getting to know the situation you are in is the foundation of building some security. Next, the next thing is to avoid storing too much sensitive information in the cloud. It will prevent at least some of the cyber attacks happen to your information. Since we repeatedly say that there is no real privacy on the internet, but we cannot trade off the convenience, so we must avoid exposing ourselves too much. It is better to keep all the sensitive information in somewhere away from the places where we are not in control, like cloud storage. If we have to upload things to the cloud, then before uploading that information, please be 100% sure that all data is encrypted. This will help you to stop the perpetrator to have what they want immediately. In addition, use strong passwords is also an effective way to protect your information. And by strong, I'm not saying use your name plus your date of birth plus your phone number. Please use something random and try to enable two-step authentication like text message confirmation. It is easy and highly efficient. At last but not the least, change your password regularly with strong combinations. This is helpful to protect any kind of account. Before we talk about cloud service for businesses, let's take a look at this picture. It is a screenshot I took from the official website of Amazon Web Service, one of the biggest cloud or web service provider. They have more than 90 products, including most recent field of production. We will only talk about two most important categories to support our topic. Cloud computing is a trend that not only because its flexibility that can satisfy different users' needs, but also the most important, it is cheaper, even free. You also don't have to worry about spending time and money on backing up your stuff, especially for small companies. According to a Birding Group, small businesses are twice as likely as larger companies to have implemented cloud-based backup and recovery solutions. By using cloud computing service, there will not be any upfront investment, and it can be vital for many small businesses. Next, accessibility and usability are two of the most charming characteristics of cloud storage and database. People in business can easily access to the database and storage anywhere with most kind of devices with internet connection. It will improve the efficiency of working and give more potential to businesses. On the other hand, it also saves a lot of cost that a company with traditional storage plan would have to spend. There will not be tons of servers and disks are required, and only basic operation devices with internet connection will be needed. even though all the features and advantages that business can get from the service provider, there will there will be another kind of threat they have to consider. That is the failure of the provider. Here are three examples of serious mistakes from three different cloud and or web services providers. Of course, the first one is Apple, the biggest IT company with more than 500 million customers. iPhone users should know that their device can be locked with multiple attempts of password entering, and there is one way to unlock it, which is to use iCloud account to restore it. However, a while ago, there was a loophole with iCloud, and it could help iPhone skip the step of iCloud verification and unlock the iPhone very easily. Imagine that your phone was stolen and was stolen by someone and it looks like locked, but really not. All your information will be exposed to the person who holds your phone, who can't ignore it. Another example, also a while ago, a website claimed that they have more than 4 million accounts information of Gmail users, although Google denied it and said it was speculation, but some analysis firms said that it was about 2% of accounts were truly leaked. The last example, Rambler.ru, is one of the biggest sites in Russia and the world. There were also about 100 million accounts were reviewed to the internet. Whether this example are accurate or not, it really draws our attention to the information assurance of business. So, what can the service providers do to protect our information? Two possible solutions are listed in this slide. The first one is to enhance their internal information assurance. Only when the internal threats are eliminated, they can say it is safe for us to use their products. And they need to build some procedures for people to follow, for users to follow, like what kind of password are really good and in what conditions more steps of authentications are required. All in all, our goal is to tell people that their personal information assurance is important and they should pay close attention to it. The best way to the best way is to arm yourself and try to learn more about how to protect your personal information by the solutions we have listed before. Move forward to business aspect. Either they are clients or providers, they also need to be careful with information security for their business. As far as the technology goes, there will be perpetrators while the defense methods are getting more advanced. The attacking will be more creative because the value of information will never reduce. Thank you.
Thank you.